Good day. That was a shit intro. Alright, this is the game I've been alluding to a little bit. And, before we get into the kind of explaining of the game and, the guide, I guess, this video is going to be boring, but also I want to bring your attention to something else. This whole Lambo problem? Well, right here, there used to be an Aventador, but in actuality, they had actually changed it to a Rolls Royce with this Mafia Boss, which personally I think is much better, So this will be just help. It won't be, like cracked or whatever, like, oh my god, how did I get to like $1 billion? And yes, that money in my bottom left corner is correct. And yeah, these are the top players. I'm nowhere near it. So compare my meters to their meters. So that's, what is that? That's 3 there, that's 3 there. 7? No, not 7. 8. I think it's 8. Mine's 7. Yeah, I've got 7 numbers and they've got like 8. So I'm nowhere near. But I do have a lot of stuff, and I'm better than them because I actually have a life. Anyway, so before you even start the game, which I can guarantee probably no one who's actually like just started the game has decided to do one of these and watch it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because never know. But my first instinct is when I start a game is, let's watch a guide. It's like, just explore myself. That's how I like to do it. I like to explore games for myself. I might have a bit of a guide for a longer game, but anyway, so you are presented with 3 cars. Now all of these are okay, except one, the Peugeot. The Peugeot stock, played to the base. I'm not! Anyway, so right here you have the BMW E46, M3, whatever. I don't know what it is, but there it is, like an M3 coupe, that's what it's called. Then you have the Peugeot, whatever that is. I don't know, it's a Peugeot, who cares? And then the Nissan Silvia. Now, these cars aren't bad. They're all the same. Pretty much they have varying stats upon buying them, because they're all the same price. You get the money, you can do whatever you want. You can buy all these cars in the end, but which one should you pick? What is the ideal car? Because I'm not only going to be talking about the cars stock, but also maxed. Anyway, so let's start off with the BMW, the one I chose. You get a rating of 2.2, 168 horsepower, 226 kilometers an hour. I like the BMW. I think it's a beautiful car. That's it. I just picked it because it's a nice car. I see a lot of people picking this car, and this is still a good choice. 2.2 rating, 157 horsepower, which is less than this, but it has a higher top speed of 235. And then we go over to the Peugeot, which some people pick. 2.2, 141 horsepower, 203 kilometers an hour. Arguably the worst out of the 3. But what if I was to tell you that would be different upon upgrading? So let's go to the modification tab. Let's not use that one. Let's go to the Silvia, the popular one. 3.7 rating. This is if you want to max out your vehicles, which one to pick. But generally, it's either the Silvia or the BMW if you want to replace it. But if you want to upgrade it, there's clearly 2 champions. Anyway, 3.7 rating with a 295. Well, it's have body kits, right? It does have body kits, which do add 2 rating to it. So, without body kits, all 3 cars have body kits, but apparently one is better than the other. 295 horsepower with 246 kilometers an hour top speed. It's not bad. But then we go to the BMW, which is leaps and bounds ahead, and also has a much better body kit, being its racing body kit, which gives it no rating at all because it's beautiful the way it is. Who wouldn't want to get in this car? So without the body kit, you're still having the same rating. But anyway, by the way, all these are max. They'll have big single turbo, all the luxury options, and all the tuning options available, and whatever max engine. So obviously the horsepower comes from that engine. If we were to take it off, it'd still be better, but for some reason you also get rating from the engine, because for some reason it's a nice sounding engine. 3.7 rating with a 635 horsepower. That's how many horses it has, and 237 kilometer hour top speed. It is slower than this, but let me turn your attention to this thing. Yes, it has worse top speed than both of them, but its horsepower is better than both of them, 655, and a 3.8 ratings. That's pretty good. That's honestly pretty good. Anyway, let's spawn this thing. Also, it has probably one of the weirdest looking body. Why did you spawn it there? Like, this is the door right here. So I guess if you want one less rating, or one more rating, the Peugeot is the option. Anyway, this thing has weird... It just looks weird, but it's absolutely hilarious. No, anyway, so now you've finally picked your vehicle, and it could be anything, really. They're all good options, but preferably for, you know, top speed, it's probably the Silvia. For horsepower, it's probably the BMW stock. But for rating, it's probably this. I need to go to work. Who are you? A politician. I need to fly to a meeting. Drive to Peugeot. I'm sorry, well, I'm too late. I didn't notice that your call was out. Would have picked you up, but doesn't matter. But anyway, what vehicle should you buy after? If you decide not to max out your vehicles, your starting vehicles, which is a good choice. But anyway, let's see which cars here are an utter scam. And instantly, there is one that I was... Because I've already tried to record this, but it didn't work. Anyway, I've recorded two a little bit. This car right here, 2.5 rating, which is slightly better than the 3 starters. 148 horsepower and 195 kilometers an hour. Pretty pathetic, and it's even worse than the Silvia. It has slightly more horsepower, but obviously, what's its modified version? Over here. Well, it goes 2.8, which is literally one better. So you might as well get the Peugeot if you want to get a good rating, making this car completely and utterly irrelevant. 277 horsepower, pathetic. I think the Silvia either has more or less, more, and 206 kilometers an hour. So this car is completely off the limits. Do not buy this car. It sucks. Let's move on to the Crown Victorian. I think it's, what is it called? I think it's the Ford Victorian, or the Crown Victorian. I think that's what it's actually called. 3.9 with I forgot to show the stock one. But anyway, this is the stats. 441 and 231 kilometers an hour top speed. Here it is, and that's its rating. 2.7 rating normally, 235, which it almost doubles it, and 220 top speed. So it gets 11 more. Top speed. It's not a horrible option, but there's better. And anyway, we'll go to the car shop for this one, which is cheaper, 2.6 rating, with a 232 horsepower, and 250 kilometers an hour top speed, and that's the stats. I mean, that's probably also not a good option to go for. I'll just skim over this because realistically, this one's also a bad option, I'm pretty sure, because of its rating. Its speed is generally pathetic, and I think stock, it's actually here, and its stats suck. So that's another one I think also to avoid because its rating aren't good. This one, I think the actual Ford Fiesta isn't too horrible at its job. It's here, 2.9. It doesn't have bad stats off the bat. Then you go to modifications, you go over to here. Its stats also don't get bad at all. It's not horrible, but honestly, again, it's not the ideal vehicle. So I'll just skim over this I'm pretty sure that one's not really that good. This one, I don't think that's really that good either. Let's just look at the max stats. Let's not worry about the stock ones really quick. That one's pretty... So no, it doesn't matter about the stock stats, because what about the... Like, this has 519 horsepower, not bad. This one... I think I've already skimmed over this before. In thinking of this video, I've looked over all these cars, and some of these aren't horrible options. This one isn't a bad one. This one's actually a pretty good one. The Mazda Rx7 does have a good... Do you actually get a rating for this? I don't think you get a rating at all. Good. Because that would suck. And then you got body kits. You have this one. And then you get out the wheel side. This is not a bad option. The Rx7 is not a bad option. This one, on the other hand... I mean, it's good for carrying a lot of people, but you won't be because you're going to carry one customer. That's not a bad option, the old Lotus. This one's, I mean, you know, thinking about if a car has a better horsepower, you know, 800 and a decent speed and decent rating, it's not a bad choice. So, Rx7, that's a decent car. Over here, this one, which is good because it's a good, reliable vehicle, nice speed, horsepower, and top speed. Then you've got the Mustang. That's not a bad option as well. I think this one is a bit, yeah, this one is also a good option for starters because it probably won't be that expensive. This one also isn't a horrible option. But But I remember there was a car that I was going to talk about that had good rating, and I think it was this one right here, the Jaguar F-Type. Really good speed, decent rating, horsepower. It has it all, and I think it's not even that expensive. I can't see the prices here, but this one's around 30,000, I think. So this one would be around that price, maybe. I don't know. It could be way more, but as I know, its stock stats aren't bad. Its upgrade stats aren't bad. This car is just decent, and I'm gonna test it out really quick. So yeah, it's if you want a vehicle that is decent, this could be your... Why are you spawning it there? I'm right here. The spawning in this game is absolutely garbage. I'm gonna complain about some stuff right now. So the flipping system is terrible. You lose so much time. If you've played it for at least this game for a bit, you'll know this game is so frustrating. The spawning stuff is annoying. You get stuck, and obviously the flip button would be helpful, but there is no flip button. The flipping system in this game is that old crappy one where you kind of rock on your back, on your your roof, and then you flip over instead of just like raising your car up and then dropping it down. But anyway, let's see. This is a nice car. This is a good car. Oh, I think I just grazed my... Oh no, the Bentley. We're gonna get to that car soon. But this is a pretty good vehicle to actually buy, you know. It's a good vehicle to save up for. For beginners, I would probably recommend RX7 because of its probably cheap nature, its decent stats. And then probably around this one is probably the car you want to get for, because the rest of them I've checked, they're not too horrible. There are some cars out there that aren't bad, but this one has 1,000 horsepower, and it's a Jag, so like, it's probably one of the best Jags they've made. Honestly, appearance-wise, it could be utterly crap in real life, but I wouldn't be off driving this one. The F-Type. Anyway, so that's the Jag. That's the Jag. Anyway, we're gonna continue on. After you probably purchase the Jag or you purchase another previous vehicle, what cars should you avoid? Probably this one. I'm just kidding. We'll get to this one later. But anyway, so there's another thing to do, another good way to get a really good car, and it's via these cars. And if you don't know what these are, you can get them via doing time trials. And yeah, basically, if you get 10 bronze medals, you get this BMW M2. If you get 10 silvers, you get a Lamborghini Diablo, which hopefully still exists in the game. Or let's just call it Diablo. It's a Diablo. It's not... I mean, the names are wildly different, like literally it's gibberish, but that's a Diablo. Then a Porsche Turbo, and then the absolute behemoth that is the Jesco. I want a nice view from the sea. Well, who are you? Maybe... No, you're not. Shut up, stupid civilian. I wish you could block calls from civilians. I hate them, dude. Anyway, so let's get in the BMW really quick. And listen to this amazing engine. There it is. Oh, look at it. You've never seen such a beautiful car in your life. Anyway, so you do time trials, and you can get some trophies. Let's do a lap, right? So to get a platinum trophy, you need 24 seconds. But if you get 35, you get a bronze, and that can help you to go towards your thingy, the BMW. This is a good way to actually get some pretty easy, decent cars. Yeah, the Jesco is pretty good, and it was probably the vehicle I used to grind a lot because it was fast, it was reliable. I crashed. Never mind. Let's just redo this really quick. So joining race, obviously if you race on the plays, you can get a lot of things, but the best way to do it is via time trials, because you can also get the Jesco, and then get trophies for your race club vehicles, which I'll talk about eventually. So in the order of this, we're going to talk about these ones, then we're going to talk about race club eventually. We'll talk about higher end vehicles, and then relationship cars, because most likely it'll be probably around end game when you're actually getting them. I need to pick up my child. Okay, I'll get you in a second, because I need your because I do have all the relationship vehicles. Oh, we got gold. That's pretty good. So basically, right there, that could have contributed to not only the M2, the Diablo, and the Porsche. All right, which the Porsche is a monster at racing. Anyway, you're probably wondering why I'm picking up this employee, because right now, if I look at my clients, I have all green bars except the president, who I already have his vehicle, because you can get it like 7, employee, and the worker. All right. Anyway, I will take that. Once I have gotten a full relationship with the worker and the employee, I will ignore all their calls. And the employee, seriously, the president popped up before. See, this person was the last person to pop up. But anyway, so you do that across different things. You can do 2 laps, 3 laps, whatever. Once you get these trophies you then receive these vehicles. You can then use these vehicles to get more, or you can just use the max BMW because it's clearly a monster. But this car could be a vehicle that you could use. I just personally recommend just buying, or not buying, just maxing out your stock vehicle, your BMW or your Silvia or whatever. Probably your BMW is probably the best one for this. And then you get this thing, which isn't horrible. It's I think it's for free. I think you can just claim it, unlike some other vehicles, which we'll get to eventually. Then we're gonna go on to this which is the Diablo. And this one's nice, alright? I've always liked this car. This one isn't horrible, but it isn't the best. I'm pretty sure this car is maxed out. I did check like most of the cars, I think this one is maxed. This one isn't bad, and you can also use it to actually get more of your things. Of your plat. You only need to get 10, so only a few races. So like, you only get like, there's like 5 races on the map, which in total, if you were to have up like all the laps, it's like, I don't know, probably around like 11 or 12 different technically actual races, because there's laps on different ones, you know. I think on the circuit you can do like 5, it's the max, and you can get a whopping amount from there. Finance, work at the bank, I don't care, drive yourself. Anyway, but here, this one is probably the best one, because you can get a huge amount of trophies. If you want to get trophies, it's probably the best one. But we'll get to... No. I didn't want to do that. But anyway, we're going to talk about some decent cars for that one. But anyway, let's move on to some other... Actually, no, I didn't talk about the other ones. Whoops. This one. So this car isn't that good, okay? For delivering people. It is really good because it is stupidly fast. It sounds amazing. And it's probably the vehicle you will be using to actually grind and get the Jesco. And it's not a bad vehicle for speed, but... you won't be using it for delivering people. It's fast, yes it is fast, but its rating doesn't go up like that much because it's meant to be a race car. And then, once we ditch this 911, we can go over to the Jesco, which is monstrous. We'll look at these stats, but I'm just going to drive around these vehicles and talk about this one I used a lot. Yes, it has, the rating isn't perfect, 8.5, but it still is blazingly fast, alright? And it's kind of uncontrollable. So if you have a laggy device, I'd probably recommend against using these vehicles. And I'm going to recommend vehicles for laggy devices. And probably all the flaws in these speed. Like this thing, it has no traction whatsoever. There is no gripping, there's no tires that you can use to grip the ground. It's just slicks. That's all it is, just straight up slicks. But anyway, let's look at the statistics of these vehicles. So we've got to modify, let's check the BMW out first. The M2, beautiful car. 6.9, 685 horsepower. It is max. I'm pretty sure I have checked it. It is maxed. And 261 kilometers an hour top speed. That's not bad. Then we go to the Diablo, which has this almost... Oh, I don't have a twin turbo. Well, now I have it. I'm always finding like one thing, like, oh, I didn't buy that, and just buy it. But anyway, this is the max stats. 7.9, 982 horsepower, and 361. Anyway, it's better to get a big single turbo, because this, yes, you get more top speed, but you get like a small amount of top speed, but way more horsepower, which is way more important. Then we move on to, where is this one? And if I was to strip off all the luxury upgrades, I don't even think it'd go down that much. It doesn't even go down that much. It's not ideal for it, but this has decent horsepower. It's probably a vehicle that you could use for delivering customers, but I would probably recommend using this thing. This is colossal, alright? This thing's actual monster. 493 kilometers an hour top speed, 2,404 horsepower, 8.5 rating. That is really good. Those are cars, but, well, I guess it's survival of the fittest. Anyway, but let's talk about another vehicle right here. This thing, alright? This vehicle was actually the car I used to grind in before I got the other ones, right? Yes, the body kit's kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but I put it on because it's a body kit. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ugly. But anyway, that one's much better. But anyway, Race Club. These cars are... I'm gonna just briefly talk about 2 of them, and I'll get back to the other ones. So we're gonna talk about these ones. These are good cars, right? This one... Obviously, you have to only get 150, which meaning you have to do races, you get 150. Once you've got 150, this car is blazingly cheap. And you can buy this, and it does good stats, right? It has good stats. This vehicle's good. So it goes from a 5.1, I'm pretty sure. 5.1 all the way up to what? Let me just... Where is it? There's the license plate. 6.7. Then over here, you have this one, which has less trophies for some reason, but it's more expensive. Like, some cars are more expensive than they're worth. But this one's got good stats. We'll briefly talk about these two, and then we'll move on to other vehicles around here. And then we'll finally get back to these cars, along with all the cheap, expensive vehicles, like all these. Because all these are a kind of scam, not gonna lie. So those are the stats, and then if you go over here, to here, there you go. Those are the stats. I would say buy the Nissan GTR. So if you don't want to buy the F-Type, if it's too expensive, this is a car that's a good alternative. It's good, it's fast. It is a really good option. Jaguar F-Type or the Nissan GTR, both brilliant cars to buy because they are good stats. They're very good stats. But anyway, we must continue on. And I'm kind of all over the place, but you know, by now you want to pick up more expensive people. You want to pick up all the luxurious people. And there are some cars I want to point out as cars you should not buy. And some of them are stupidly overpriced. I'm pretty sure this one isn't overpriced. This one isn't that good. Do not buy the F40 unless you're a fan, I guess, of it. What are some? I think this one isn't that good. Yeah, there's a battle between this one and the Ghost, I think it's called. But anyway, let's quickly talk about these ones. So look at all these stats, like these ones. These cars are good to give to your company, and we'll talk about that. This one, I mean, it exists. I wouldn't... I mean, the F-Type's better. F-Type's better than this. Oh, this one is a relationship. Ignore that one. Do not look at that one. We'll talk about this one, as I said, later. Okay, that one. See, like, look at all these stats. Compare them to the F-Type. That's pretty pathetic when you think about these cars are probably way more expensive than them. I mean, I'm mainly looking at the horsepower. Like, the horsepower on that one's obviously because it's a race car. It's designed for speed more than rating. This one. Okay. The Huracan, I wouldn't... Alright, as of now, now's not the time to really be focusing on this car, and I would personally recommend against buying this car. It has good stats, but this current Lamborghini problem, until it disappears, I would strongly advise you to just ignore it. It doesn't exist. The Huracan does not exist. Because it could disappear and you might not get a refund. Honestly, this game's not the game I'm really concerned. This is the Polestar one. I think it's actually a pretty cheap vehicle. I don't know how much it actually cost, but it's got pretty decent stats. But again, its top speed isn't as good as the F-Type. This one's a scam. That's from Racing Club. We'll talk about that one later, as I said. Alright, here we go. We're going to talk about these ones, all these scam cars. I mean, this one, I think this one isn't bad, but again, do not buy any Lamborghinis because you don't know what happens. You might not get a refund for them because it might be really difficult to track people who own them. Then we have the Ferrari Rome. I currently have this for one of my companies. This isn't a bad one. This is the Ferrari. It's safe to buy this. Wait, did I put a spoiler on this? I put a spoiler on this. Why have I got the Peugeot Pro? Oh, because it looks so weird without any spoilers. And it's like the most okay, it's an okay. It's a Ferrari, it's safe. You can buy that Ferrari. Alright, we're going to get to all these expensive vehicles. Where are some other ones? This one literally came out, I think it's cheap as dirt. This is a really good one. The Ferrari Lusso, definitely buy this car for a decent rating. What else? We got the Lamborghini Urus, which I think has changed to Uranus. I think that's what it says now. Yes, it says Uranus. Oh, if that stays in the game, that's going to be absolutely hilarious. As again, do not buy the Uranus. This thing, I mean, Maseratis suck. I'm just going to say it, Maseratis are crap. This one, as a different exception, has got a good rating, good speed, good that. So this Maserati might be something good to purchase. Alright, an Aston Martin, that's got good stats. This is another good vehicle to give to your company. And that concludes it. Now I'm going to talk about the expensive vehicles. And we're going to start off with the race club ones. Oh, dust in my... Oh, my car doesn't run. What do you mean? Oh, send mechanic. God, you're such a sook. Oh no, the car is broken down. Oh no. Well then, suck it up. Seriously. I'm going to walk there. But anyway. So you'll start off with... Well, actually, surprisingly, this Ferrari. I think this Ferrari is the cheapest of them. these other vehicles. You know, realistically, these cars aren't that good. I'm just gonna say these cars aren't that good. Oh, for God's sake. Time to go to the beach. No, it's not time to go to the beach. Anyway, I have just realized I have pretty much said nothing about the grind. We'll get to the grinding part after the car part. The cars are kind of the focus on it. Because you know you'll be picking up progressively more people. Yada, yada, yada. We'll get to the phone calls soon and which ones to pick up, which ones to just ignore. But anyway, let's start off with this one. Alright, this one has okay stats. I have checked with this vehicle, and it, comparing its price to maybe some other ones, it is a scam. It is a straight up scam. I think the Ferrari is okay, but there are some other cars that have, I think, worse stats. Like guys, these cars are made for speed. This one has a lower top speed. It has, I think, is it got a lower rating? Literally a slightly higher rating, and I think it has lower horsepower, lower top speed. It's just not good. Alright, so here's this, and that's there. I think it's like 8.7. It's 8.7. One better rating, and I don't think it's really that good. So let's go over to the garage really quick and check out these two vehicles side by side. So those are the stats of the Ferrari. And then for literally 10k more, that's the stats of that. I'm pretty sure they have the same... No, this one has a higher top speed. You'd think for slightly more you'd be buying something better. This one... Wait, hold up, wait. 889, oh my god. So, the Ford GT, unless you want to give it to your company, I strongly advise from not buying this, and preferably maybe buying the Ferrari. But again, there's better for cheaper. I wish I could see the price of all these ones, but anyway. Besides these ones, I obviously know the price of these ones. But anyway, this one's cheaper than both of these. But its stats aren't that good, I don't think. And also, it's an utter scam. Let me show you. Because did you notice before when I was scrolling through my cars and I was looking for the Ferrari? That's the McLaren. That's the stats. It's cheaper, so you get this. It's got, I think, the same horsepower as... Hold up, so 351... 352. So it has literally 1 km/h faster top speed and a worse rating. So, in junction, do not buy the 720S. Buy the Ferrari. Ferraris are good. Alright, now we're going to get onto the big dogs in the house. The Huayra and the Divo. Anyway, here we go, the Huayra. This one actually turns to a pretty decent car. So where is it? Right up here, 9.8 rating. Look at that absolute beauty sitting outside. But anyway, that's the stock stats. Not bad. Okay, it's pretty bad compared to what we have seen before, but it turns to really good ratings, decent speed. This car is a tuned down car, and it's probably my personal recommendation for people with a lower end device because it isn't crazy fast like the Gamera, the AMG, the other ones. And do some timer. I don't care. Walk. As you see, it is pretty fast. It is fast, alright? It has good rating, good speed. It feels, I mean, and I just ran over so many streetlights. Oh crap. It doesn't feel too bad. Really doesn't matter about the handling, but this vehicle is quite a beauty of a vehicle, and I would personally recommend it for anyone who has a laggy device because of its good rating. If it didn't have a good rating, I would just say ignore it. But because of its 9.8 rating, it's colossally amazing rating. There is only one customer you cannot pick up, and that's it. I need a mechanic. Well then, stupid. Then just stop driving it like a lunatic. Anyway, so that is the Huayra. It is probably the best vehicle, really, in here for rating. But then we go to the big boy. You have to get pretty much almost double, actually I think over double, the amount of trophies to get this. It has good stats, but when you upgrade it, where is it? So it's all the way down here, 9.2. So it's a worse rating, a much better horsepower, and I think it goes... Does it go the same? I don't think it goes the same. It actually goes slightly faster than the Huayra. So, in turn, unless you want a fast accelerating vehicle, it's not a vehicle. But there are vehicles out there that require a lot less stuff. The only reason I would say that this vehicle is amazing is, oh, for God's sake, is it actually going to stop behind me, or is it going to slam into me like a lunatic? Oh, it's actually braking. Oh, there it goes. You stopped. Listen to this engine sound. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. Isn't that absolutely amazing engine sound? That is just beautiful. Listen to it. That is just amazing. Honestly, the engine sound's the only reason I even like this car. Oh crap. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Oh my god, help. Anyway. So, the main reason I say this vehicle isn't that good is because you can buy better for pretty much the exact same price. And because the only reason this car is bad and shouldn't be bought is because of the trophy amount. Yes, it has good stats. The rating could be better. The top speed could be probably better. But right here, if it wasn't for this trophy, you not only have to get $2.5 million, also $50,000, but you also have to get 7,600 trophies. I can tell you that is so painful. Even with this, you have to get a perfect run in the circuit race. But anyway, that's the racing club vehicles. They're just good for top speed. They're not good for anything else except the Huayra. Alright, you can see them. Like, I display my Divo up there. Okay, I don't. Why don't I store my Divo here? I literally don't for some reason. Anyway, I'm going to move over to the next vehicles, which I cannot see the price, but I think they're around 2 mil. Around that price. So we're going to start off with this one right here. Oh, God. Oh. This one is like, I know exactly the price. It's $950,000 for this. And you get 9.1 rating, 1.4K horsepower, and a decent top speed. This one is not a bad option. I'm not going to lie, this is not a bad option. I gave it to my company because I don't want to use it really. Because I have better. Oh, I need a mechanic. Oh, I don't think a mechanic would be able to repair a Phantom that quick. Oh, it was a racer. You know what? I'm just going to deliver him in this, oh crap, they're using it. Alright, let's talk about one of the, this one, the F5. This one is a vehicle that's like 1.9, I think it's like 1.5 mil. I think it's around that price. It's either that or one, actually no, it's not, it's 1.5. I definitely know it's 1.5. Where are you? You're right there. You know, the racer, we'll get to these relationship vehicles soon. But, all that's left is these expensive vehicles. If I left one out, there's probably a reason why, because it's probably it's irrelevant. Completely and utterly irrelevant, because they probably suck. But this vehicle's a good choice. I do see a few of them, and it isn't a bad choice. It is $1.5 million. It'll probably cost you around $2 million to max it out. No, not 2 mil. It'll probably cost you altogether $2 million to probably max this thing out. Probably more. Oh, crap. No. Oh, stupid traffic. Come on. I'm not going to make it, am I? I'm not going to make it. Alright, I'm going to have to eject out of the car. Well, that was short-lived. That's a strat I like to do. Whenever, I don't want to tarnish my relationship and get basically $0, because before, when it was introduced, it did not matter if you got them there on time, you would still get the amount of money that you would get even if you delivered them on time. But now that's changed, and it's kind of annoying because I just deliver them either way. If I was late, I'd deliver them because I'd still get the money. You know, they did nerf, like, you know, the natural spawning people to have way worse money, because before they were the huge income people, like the rappers and the rock stars. But anyway, you know. But now it's the phone calls, and they give you pretty decent money. But anyway, we'll talk about this vehicle right here, and the statistics, alright? So right here, it's like 1.5 mil. And I forgot how much. It's probably around 2 million to completely and utterly max this vehicle out. And it maxes out at 8.3 rating, 1.5k horsepower, and 461 kilometers an hour. I'm not saying it's the best car in the game, but it's pretty good. But if you want to spend slightly more with a vehicle, this is it. Here it is. It doesn't have as good top speed, and it's, wait, hold up, it's how much was this? It was like 1.5k, so you get an extra 500 horsepower when you buy this vehicle and max it out, which is probably around, this is like 1.9 mil, and it's expensive, it's not bad, it has a decent rating, it has okay kilometers an hour, and 2,000 horsepower. I mean, that accelerates fast. Let me just show you how fast that accelerates. That's fast accelerating. The Zenzo, I think it's called the Zenzo, I think. I forgot what it's called. It's not the Enzo. I want to go home. Oh my god. Well, then walk. I don't care. That's how fast it accelerates. It accelerates fast, and this could be a budget vehicle, but you might as well save up for something better. Because honestly, there's no reason not to save up for a better vehicle. This one, obviously, it's got good horsepower, but it's not really compared to the F5, which has a much better top speed. And honestly, its top speed is better. Is it leaps and bounds better? Yes. Its horsepower, not that much, but it's a more tame vehicle, and I give it the thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Then when we move, it's this one. So there's a battle between these two vehicles, between the Rolls-Royce Ghost and this car, because this car was faster than the other one. But I'm here to tell you that you might as well just buy the Ghost. It's just better for rating. It's good for speed, but there's definitely better now. I think it was around 800,000. I don't know, but anyway, it exists. I completely forgot about this car. All right, we'll talk about this one. Actually, there's another. I'll talk about that because there's another reason why I'll talk about that one. Okay, where is it? We'll get to the Gamera because that is the absolute monster. Okay, this one, $2.5 million, and honestly, it's around. I think around the same price. Actually, it's 2.7. I think around the same price thing as the Gamera, but this thing has decent stats. If you don't want the craziness of a Gamera, this is your vehicle. 9.8 rating. It has slightly better rating, way worse horsepower and top speed than the Gamera. But this is a good option if you don't want to have the craziness of the Gamera. Okay, where's my mouse? Where'd it go? Hold on. There. Why did it disappear? Okay, my mouse is... Let me unplug it really quick. Holy crap, where did that go? Why did that disappear? Let me just grab that. Unplug. Why aren't you unplugging? There we go. Is it back? It's invisible for some reason. Why is it invisible? Where'd it go? It's right here. I can't see. Why has it disappeared? Oh god, great. I have to do it because it's invisible now. Fine then. Where's the exit button? I need to go over here. Okay, for some reason it doesn't show up, and it's here because you can see it here. Oh, this is the Colonel. This is the Colonel, but I can't deliver him because I can't use my mouse. Dude, why did it disappear? I'm so confused. Where is it? So that's the exit button. Garages. Oh, alright, let's quickly ignore that one. We're gonna go over to the Spirit really quick. I don't know why it did. Wait, is it holding down something? It's not, because I can see it. Okay. Alright, so this is the car I chose for my, Oh, there it is. Hello. Oh, if I hold down this mouse, it disappears. Hello, mouse. It's good to see you again. 9.8 horse rating with 937 horsepower, 261 top speed of kilometers an hour. This car's not bad. It's a toned down version, but I'm pretty sure the Phantom is better. It's got better ratings. I think it's got better horsepower. It's got way better horsepower, and this car is, hold up, it's a 6, so it's the exact same speed. 261. So this car, you might as well buy the Phantom, get a better rating, 10 rating, which is perfect, decent horsepower. I can't show you because my company currently is using this vehicle. Any of my people complaining, I'm sorry, Colonel, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, there he goes. Oh, the Colonel. I've already got a max relationship, so I'll still deliver him from time to time. Now this one, which isn't bad. I think it's cheaper than both of them, and it has decent ratings. I think it's around $500,000, not even that much. But honestly, the Phantom's better. The Phantom is better. It has the exact same top speed. Worse rating. And it's literally, you might as well buy the Phantom. This car's completely irrelevant unless you want to use it for your company. It's a really good company car, but do not use it for anything else. Now the Maybach. Previously, this was the best vehicle in the game for ratings. It has a decent horsepower. I think it's like $1.5 million. It's expensive. It has the exact same top speed, much better horsepower. So this car, you might as well not buy the Phantom. If you want rating, this is probably one of the best cars to get because it's the best rating car you can get via buying it just normally, because obviously the Limo, you have to do something for it. Alright. Now, we've talked about all these cars and that pretty much all these cars were irrelevant by the Maybach. We're going to talk about the absolute gargantuan that is this car. Anyway, I don't know if this top speed's actually... Hold up, wait a minute. Is this top speed better? It's better. So this has a better top speed than the Gamera, but this acceleration is ballistic. 3.1k horsepower 9.7 rating, and which makes it better. Obviously, I have a concert soon. Oh, fine. I'll use the Gamera, probably the car I've used the most in my grinding endeavors. It's pretty much dead silent, so it won't destroy your ears if you have it a bit. Your speaker a bit too loud when you log in, but it's quite quiet. It's beautiful. It's an expensive vehicle, and it costs probably another $1 million to actually max out. It's pricey, but if you can control such a beast of a vehicle, you will find it is very, very useful. And it doesn't matter because you're so fast that people just ramp over you. Even in the trucks, you can just drive straight into the trucks because, look, I tested it. Okay, guess not. Anyway, so this car's an absolute monster. I would recommend it because I use it a lot, but obviously it's a bit too fast. So, as I said, if you want a bit of a slower vehicle with decent rating, it's the Huayra or the AMG one, but the Huayra is probably better. Now, we're finally on to the relationship vehicles, and then I'm going to talk about the NPCs and all the other crap. But this is all about the cars. This entire segment was about the cars, alright? So these ones, unfortunately, you do not get them for free. They all have price tags along with them. And I'm going to talk about this one. If you want the 6x6, which, by the way, isn't that good, this car's probably the best one because it's got a good rating, good speed. But now, as of recently, they've added this thing, which I think has a better horsepower, worse rating, but I don't know if it goes faster. I think it does. But comparing it to the stats of the 6x6, these are the stats. 1.3k. Alright, let's have a look. So 1,300, 1,000, okay. So this one has the 6x6, the Mercedes, has better horsepower. But does it have, oh crap, clicked on the wrong car. This one. Does it have 191 top speed? It has worse top speed. So basically, now that they added this vehicle, which by the way you can buy, and it's not that expensive, that crazy expensive, this car makes the Mercedes 6x6 completely and utterly irrelevant because it's got better top speed and really it's way less work. Obviously the car's, no, I'm not taking you to the beach, shut up. It also has Foster on the back, which looks kind of weird, the S really stretched out. Let's test this on the off-roading track because that's the only reason you're using this. And the thing is, the soldiers give you like $500, the colonel gives you like 12.5. He gives you so crap money, but I still deliver him because he gave me a cool car. So if you want to, there's really no point because these vehicles aren't, you'd think they'd be super luxurious because they're 6x6s, they have 6 wheels. This thing is so bloody long. Yep, here we go. Look at this thing, who would drive one of these things? It's colossal, but I think this is way more expensive than this thing, the Terra Armor. Yeah, the big boy mega truck. I think this vehicle is actually just better because it can go over these obstacles pretty easily. It's a pretty cool vehicle. Obviously, it goes slower than both of the 6x6s, has smaller horsepower, but a better rating than both of them, and it's cheaper than both of them. It's ridiculous. It's like 300,000. This thing. I need a mechanic. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Go. Where are you even at? Are you like literally sitting on the side of the road? Where's my people? They're not even here. Alright, okay, I'm gonna have to go over to my little shop really quick. But this vehicle is decent for I guess, carrying the Colonel if you really want the 6x6. But the 6x6 practicality is none. There is none. Doesn't have good rating, not good speed. It's pathetic. Hold up, was that? Did I just fit? Hold up. Oh, you're still there. So the office is here. Ah, here it is. Hello, I'm home. Oh, I think I see. Oh, I see something in there. I see them. I see the Rolls Royce. Take me home, please. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Oh, look at there she is. Wow. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. That isn't 7.7. I'm sorry. What are you? What? All right. What's this rating? 7 points. They all say 7.7. Okay. Just ignore it. It'd be cool if you could park your cars here, like if you spawned a new car. But anyway, now I'm gonna go on to the two big boys, the big chunguses, alright? The Enzo and then the Roadster. Let's do the Roadster first, the car that most likely people were excited for because they'd say it's a free Tesla. It's not free. I'm sorry to say it's not free. It's like $2 mil, I think. $1 or $2 million to buy this thing. and the stats are okay. But the Gamera is better. You literally could grind. Why this guy gives you, right? The tech billionaire gives you 55,000, and still he gives you a crap car. I mean, the rating's okay. The speed, it's a turned down Gamera, but really, you can't upgrade that much, really. You could only upgrade, you can't upgrade a turbo or an engine, only luxury and tuning modifications. That's it. So, yeah, here we go. This is a Tesla. This is a tuned down Gamera, but same as the AMG one, so there's really no point getting this. I mean, it's not a bad car, don't get me wrong, but you can grind a better car, because this guy takes forever to spawn. He spawned once after I got this car. Once. Well, technically, I did buy him when he's at 9 relationship, so he did spawn another time to complete and get 10 relationship. But then after that, once I got max relationship, he spawned once. And that was days ago. I haven't grinded this game every single day. That money was accumulated by pretty much just idling and waiting for a call for someone else. It's unpractical, but I did it anyway. I didn't care. I mean, this isn't bad, but like, it's not good either. And also, time to upgrade my car collection. Fine, I will, but I'll show you my impressive car collection of the Ferrari Enzo. Probably the better of the two. Its stats I don't think are as insane as... See, this is what happens when you're a pillock. You just drive into my Enzo, and that would probably... You'd probably have to donate your car. I have a flat tire. What are you gonna... There's a spare in the back. There's a spare in the back, you donut. Oh my god. See, there's a spare in the back. They have tools in the back of every car, I'm pretty sure. Like, oh my god. Even if there's not, when you buy a new car, right, listen, everyone. All the people here listening, there's probably like 2 people. If you, alright, if you seriously are broke down, before you get a car, check if there's these things. If there's something to take off your tire and a tire. Alright? Seriously, like, it's in the back of the car. How stupid are you? Oh, my car doesn't run. Try turning the key, genius. I don't like this. I think this, honestly, the business is cool. I thought it was going to make me more money, but it just got me more painful. The office is just stupid. I hope that you can make money in the future. Like, it's just like, let's make more responsibility to basically you idling around. Because before, I literally was idling, making a stupid amount of money. This is the stupid amount of money that I can't even spend. Anyway, CEO, you drive your stupid McLaren. Anyway, let's talk about the Enzo. This beautiful piece of Ferrari machinery. It is beautiful. Anyway, that's the mod. Alright, so this one has worse top speed than the Thingo. Yes, and I don't know. I think it has slightly worse. Okay, it has a bit worse. It's a bit worse. But it has a better rating. But the problem is with this, right? Is that this vehicle, you have to impress not only 2 mechanics, right? Let's go down here. Where are they? They're down here. 2 mechanics, but then 2 racers with decent relationship. I got the Enzo with 1 relationship, I think, on 10, and then 1 on 8. So I think around 7 relationship, you can get these cars. And the one I'm mainly talking about is the Cadillac Limo, which should be called the Beast, but whatever. It's 11.3 rating. It is stupidly slow. But it's got good rating. But at the same time, there is no point getting any of these cars. They all suck. They're fun to get, but they just suck, alright? Because if you remember, this thing has slightly better top speed, way better horsepower, and pretty much the rating. There is no rating that would need, there is no customer out there that would need 11.3 rating. And if not, I have never encountered them. It's slow. It's stupid. The engine should be available to upgrade, maybe to a diesel, because we all know the Beast probably has a diesel engine because they're really easy. They're expendable, I'm pretty sure. They're also durable. Yeah, and diesel you can find literally everywhere. It makes no sense that this thing be filled up with premium fuel, because premium is just stupid expensive. Oh, drift, yeah. I have to go home. Oh no, you're a pilot that doesn't know how to get home. Literally, like all the time, picking up pilots going, oh, I'm about to miss my flight. Oh yeah, I'm the one flying. How irresponsible are you? This should not be called Boss City or Taxi City, whatever. This should be called Procrastinator City, because this is an actual joke. Anyway, so I've discussed all the cars. The cars, there's no point buying any relationship vehicles, but Now talk about the money. How do you make stupid amounts of money? Who are you picking up? Well, the people obviously ignore these people. Every single one of them. They give crap money. The business, I think, is okay. Traders give decent. They give like around 15. I don't know. They give a bit amount of money. They don't give bad money. But at the same time, they're traders, so they're just sitting in their room all day, just clicking away. Anyway, alright, I gotta park, dude, because I can't drive this. Oh, boss, the car's broken. I don't know. Fix it. Oh, of course. Why do I have to give all these to irresponsible twats who can't figure out how to repair a car on the side of the road? Oh, I popped my tire. What was I supposed to do? Fix it. There's tools in the car to replace it. Alright, there's 3 lawyers. There's no point about them. I think the lawyers give decent. CEOs give a decent amount. Politicians give a pretty good amount. Mafia bosses, you definitely need a fast car for that one. They are good. The mayor, he's an idiot, but he gives good money. The president, he's cool, but he gives cool money because he waits for 5. He's actually patient, like unlike the other ones. He waits like 5 minutes before he despawns, and then he has like a 2-minute time, like a 3-minute timer, I think, around that to actually deliver him. So pretty much, you can, in a worse car, you could probably deliver him. Anyway, so these are the ones you want to focus on. Rock stars, rappers, and racers. Racers also give good money. Tech billionaire does. The Colonel gives air money, but rock stars and rappers give good money. They give like almost 50,000, and then they obviously there's no cars to get from them, which there should be. These guys give crap money. They give okay money. They give like 12,000. So really, the best way to grind is just, oh, my car broke down. You even use the space there. You're just imbecile. You ruined my Uranus. You crashed my Uranus, you moron. Seriously, why can't I actually have people who understand my car won't start? Well, then turn the key, you donut, and if it doesn't work, then take it to a mechanic. Stop asking for my permission. There's a business for a reason. Oh, these people are so stupid. You know, let's pick up someone. You look semi-important. A rock star. Yeah, God. This thing's so slow. Thank God to these people. Like, if you're picking up... Obviously, time doesn't matter. Speed really doesn't matter for picking up normal customers. So, realistically, this car isn't bad. But the thing is this. This is a huge problem. Because it's so large that sometimes you'll be backing and forth going, where do you want me to stop? This car is just ridiculous, honestly. The businesses, also another thing about the businesses, they have a basic office, so I believe that at some point we'll have, you know, apartments for like, you know, like high-rise offices where they'll be in the buildings. That'll be cool. But anyway, you know, this really was more of a car guide. Which car is good, which car is bad, because I have the cars. Also a bit of grinding tips at the end. That you should be picking up rock stars and races. Anyway. That's pretty much it, really. I was gonna talk about something else? I probably was gonna talk about something else, but I completely and utterly forgot it. I don't know. You won't be the cracked person that, you know, those top players are who probably have $1 billion. And the tech billionaire should be giving you way more money. $1 million. They could give you $1 million and it wouldn't even scratch the surface of their money. They could literally give you $1 million. I thought they're gonna give me so good, like $100,000, $50,000. I mean, that's pretty good, but like, come on, man, give me more. The president gives me less. Take me to the airport. Oh my God, I'm not gonna do that. Dude, there is something that I forgot to say, but I just literally cannot say it. Ah. Anyway. This game's fun. Honestly, this game, I will be doing update reviews on this game and talking about the updates because this update wasn't bad. It had an interesting few cars. All cars I forgot and I didn't talk about, there's a reason I didn't talk about them, because they sucked, alright? You know, these vehicles are cool, alright? You know, I do think these cars are cool. Drifting around this limousine is kind of fun. And hold on, what is that? Is that me? What is that? Is that a bomb in the car? Oh crap, this is the movie Speed. I wish this thing went fun. If this thing went faster, I would have so much fun drifting around in this thing. You know, they should have drifting tires, like actual decent drifting tires that make you kind of slip. Or the ability to turn off traction control, because actually I think this might be traction. This is drifting. This is just like turning off traction control. That's what it is. On, traction control off. Also, if I may request, you should add You should add my car. You should add my car to the game. If they added my car, I would be actually I'd be kind of happy, definitely. But I'm not gonna request it right now. I'm gonna wait till the devs are pretty much eating out of my hands. You know, they're listening to all my good ideas and they're like, oh yeah, add that, dude. And then I'm gonna request that vehicle. But anyway, I'm just saying it that in the future the devs better be warned, because you might be adding that vehicle. Hopefully, it's a vehicle I want. I don't care how expensive it is, but I want it. Even if it's an exclusive for me, that'd be absolutely hilarious. But it probably won't happen. But I'm wasting people's time. Anyway, you could have clicked off years ago. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, I gotta get out of the car. And goodbye.